So hello guys, welcome back to Code It All, and today I have a tutorial for you guys, and it's on a complete guide to media queries. I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know about media queries from zero to hero. So it's a video that I've planned for some time, and if you might have noticed, now the audio is coming out of two headphone channels instead of only one. So I've updated my audio setup, and hopefully it's better now. There are no side effects and all that, and hopefully it's fine so you can hear me fine and the quality is just better. Okay, I just hope that it's that way. Okay, if there are any other problems, please let me know down in the comments below. Okay, if it's too loud or it's too soft or anything like that. So first thing I'm gonna do is, yeah, before that, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and let's get going. So I'm gonna start with my index HTML. So get that in here, and also go exclamation mark tab, and then you get this boilerplate here. And for the document, I'm just going to put media queries crash course. So I got that here. And now what I'm going to do is basically start off in my body. I don't think I need anything in my body. I just need a link in a CSS file. So I'm just going to go create a style.css here. So in my CSS, I'm just going to link it in. So we got that in. And now we're going to start with media queries. So let's get going here. Um, how should I start? Okay, so I'm just going to start by giving some body styles, background color, CCC, and then color should be black. And before I forget, let's just go open this up with live server. Okay, so my other model, let me just drag it here. And so this is the thing that we currently have as of now. And you see the color is that light gray that I gave it. Oops, sorry if my audio just went up a little bit. Audio, the sound. Okay, so this is my window currently opened for a project. And now in my style.css, what I can do is start with a media query. So the way you can start media queries is basically media. And then you can just put a certain condition, say um, max width of say 600 pixels brackets. So what this essentially means is that it's a media query for any size of the window which is below 600. I'm going to add a comment here. When the browser is lesser than 600 pixels, uh, and this is going to run. So when the browser is less than 600 pixels, I want to give a style. So body. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So I want to apply style, and that is background. I'm gonna change the background color to red. So now if you check it out, we can go back here, go Control Shift I to open to open up your developer tools. So drag this up, so it's gonna be our normal color here. But then as soon as we get it down below 600 pixels, this is 627. We get it down, it becomes red. So you see the background essentially changes to red, and that's the way you do it. So basically now we can also use media queries in HTML and JavaScript. So you can do that as well, but we generally focus that stuff in CSS. And so an anatomy of a media query, okay, is basically, let me just drag that article I'm using here. So the anatomy, I'm going to link this down in the description below, so please don't forget to check it out for full information. And you can put add media, and then this is the rule, and then the media type, you can use screen. If you open this, there are many other media types. There's screen, there's all, there's print, there's screen. Yeah, we use screen. So print is basically how do you want it to reflect in a printout or the preview of the printout that they give you. And this is speech. I've never even used speech nor print nor all. I think it generally means all if we leave it this thing. Wait, default. Let's check that out. what's this thing called? Default media type. Media type CSS. I think it's screen. It's basically screen. Uh, yeah, I think all is default. Let's see. I think all is the default. They set it out here. Yeah, all is the default. So we can get back here. This is basically a anatomy at rule, the media type, and then the media feature. So you can say min width equals to 320 pixels. So every size which is above or at least 320 pixels and above, and the max would be 768 pixels, meaning everything less than 768 pixels. So the middle ground that we find between these two media features is basically every value between 320 pixels and 768 pixels is what we're going to be selecting. So you can just find some more information here. So media type, media features, we can get max width, min width, but that's generally what we put. We don't put over the most that I use in max width, min width, and width and all that. I generally don't use anything else, but you can check all these out, play with them a little bit and all that. Yeah, we also use prefers, reduce motion, prefers contrast, and all that stuff. I'm going to be putting them a little later a little later in the video. And there's operators as well. There's and, there's or, there's not, and all those stuff. So I'm just going to bring it back here. Yeah, by the way, I'm just going to be linking this down in the description below. So we get back into our code here. What we can do, I'm going to get another media query. This year I'm using min width of, say, 800 pixels. Let's go body. Okay, so anything above 800 pixels will change into blue. This is blue, so basically everything is blue up here. But I want to actually edit this media query here. I want to provide and max width to be 1000 pixels. Let's go with that because I want our default color to also show up, and I want to show you what happens when we specify two conditions to a media query. So basically this is 1383, so that's basically the general color that we put for the body at first. But as soon as we get under 1000 pixels, it changes to blue, and it changes back here until we go below 600 pixels, and it gives us a red. So that's basically media queries. We can explore more about it. Mm, so there's also nesting of media queries, but we're not going to go into that right now. You can basically nest them with heights and no, not heights. You can also do heights and widths, and then to accommodate for smaller screen sizes. And then after that, you can take a look at orientations. So if it's a landscape, you wanted to display it in this sort of way. If it's portrait, you want to display it in another way, and that helps in many smartphones and tablets and all of those stuff to help you easily get to different screen sizes. So each media query is also known as a breakpoint. Um, so generally, the fewer the breakpoints you have, the better. Because I'll see. There was a free code camp link on breakpoints and media queries. I'll see if I can link that in the description below. You'll also get the CSS tricks media query guide below, as well as that uh, link if I can find it. Okay, so I'm gonna add the comment here because I forgot. Um, all widths greater than 800 pixels and lesser small. I get smaller or shorter. You know what? Lesser than 1000 pixels is gonna come in here. Sorry, that's 100. It's 1000. I'm supposed to put it here. Now I can talk about prefers reduced motion. So prefers reduced motion is basically when a user goes into his or her settings and basically sets that they don't like animations, they don't like flashy effects and all that stuff. That's when they put prefers reduced motion, and then you use the prefers reduced motion to basically change quite a few stuff in the in um, you use it to change a few stuff in the CSS so they don't show much flashy animations because the user generally doesn't feel like that, and we need to respect the user's opinion on it. So what we can do is um, prefers reduced motion. So here I'm gonna go at media, prefers reduced motion, reduce. We can put that. We can also put screen end because that's what they show in the guide. We can do that as well. And then we basically want to select a universal operator here, which is our star symbol. And what you can do is get the animation duration can be 0.001 milliseconds, and we can mark this as important. We can give the important flag, and obviously then spell animation right. So the reason I specified the important flag is so that it overrides any other existing CSS command, which might actually have a higher specificity or might have a better order of appearance. We want to put this just so that it overrides all other animation timings and all that, and the animation iteration count, whoops, count can be 1, and we can mark that as important as well. And then the transition duration, because the user generally likes things to come pointy, 1 milliseconds, so we can mark this important. So the reason we're marking it as 0.01 milliseconds instead of just completely negating is because very short durations uh, means that JavaScript relies on events. Very short duration means JavaScript that still relies on events still works, because I think what they're trying to say, I think, is that these animations rely on specific events to work, and the very short duration mean that the JavaScript that relies on events to occur, that suppose after you hover over this button, you want some JavaScript function to occur. So with this animation still in place, the JavaScript which is supposed to come in still works. That's why setting the value to something small like this, which is not noticeable, is basically the best way so that our JavaScript still works and our CSS is perfectly fine and we can respect the user's thing. And we're going to put in one more accessibility media query, which is prefers contrast. So it's kind of like that thing, prefers contrast. So people generally put the prefers reduced motion in our CSS reset. People generally don't use prefers contrast as much, but you generally need to use it as much. You generally need to use it, okay? So what I'm gonna do is put in a button here, and then I can give it a class. Okay, I don't need to give it any class. Okay, the reason I'm not showing you how it works, the prefers reduced motion. You know what? I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna get back to you and show you. Hopefully it's still recording. Okay, and I couldn't exactly find prefers contrast or a prefers what do you call that? Prefers reduced motion and setting yet. But what I found is actually the high contrast or the color theme that you want to pick. You can pick these various color themes here, and then there's a media query called prefers color scheme, and then so this basically agrees to whatever the user has picked in the settings. Suppose if they pick the color scheme to be dark or light, that basically reflects in that thing. So we can just come out here. We don't need that, and we can go into a button here to experiment again with our prefers contrast. So basically I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna give us our button styles. So I'm gonna come up here. I want the button to have a background color. I already picked it, and that's this. Whew. I want the blue color, and I want the text color to obviously be FFF, which is white. That's core, not color. And that's my color here, and I can start putting the media query in. So what I'm going to do for the media query is at media, I can do prefers contrast, and I can put that as high, low, or no preference, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, it's high, low, or no preference. I'm just gonna put high here. So over here, what I want to do is go for the button and change the background color to be something with a little more contrast, in my opinion. That's what I would go with, which might be slightly darker than we will have. It's slightly darker. So that's the way we're actually going with it. So let's get out here. It won't actually make a difference. Um, yeah, it won't make a difference at all, except that we can actually respect the user's opinion in increased contrast and decreased contrast and all. So we actually want to respect the user's opinion instead of basically deciding it ourselves. Um, and uh, and yeah, that's it. And then there's more examples over here in my article here. We can bring this up in. So apply a sticky header and then adjust the layout at different viewports. So we basically can adjust it. So I can drag it here, drag it up, drag it up, drag it up. Oh, this probably doesn't do anything that much. But apply a sticky header for large viewports. So yeah, you get down. Wait, what's that thing? Yeah, you get to basically that height, and you can actually scroll down to get sticky headers of that sort. And then probably something happens. Different viewport widths, we can adjust the layout. Okay, it probably doesn't do much. Dark mode, toggled up mode, and we get that. So it's basically media queries and different stuff. So you can go check all of these out. I'll have this link directly in the description below, like right below the like button, which you must have clicked if you followed me exactly as I told you to. And this is the article that I'm also going to be linking down, and there's going to be another one. Hopefully, I find it. Keep your fingers crossed, and I'll get right back to you in the next video. And in case you guys didn't notice yet, you probably did, but I'm just gonna tell you again. I am back to my 2 videos per week streak, at least for this week, and let's keep this momentum going forward. And catch you guys later. Peace out, and hit the like, share, subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.